Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, My Kitchen. Today, I've prepared an eggplant pastry for you. It turns out absolutely delicious. I highly recommend you try it. And now, let's get right to the recipe. For this recipe, I'll be using 4 eggplants. I'm going to trim the ends of the eggplants right now and peel them in stripes. I'm slicing the 4 peeled eggplants into a bowl of salt water. You can chop them on a cutting board if that's easier for you. Or like me, I find it easier to chop them this way. And I'm dicing them into small cubes in the water. I want to show you how they look. While our eggplants are soaking, we can move on to the next step. Let's put our pan on the stove. I'm adding 1 cup of vegetable oil to my pan. Next, I'm adding 2 chopped onions and sautéing them for 2 minutes. I'm sautéing them. To the sautéed onions, I'm adding 1 red bell pepper and 3 green bell peppers, and I'm sautéing them again. I'm sautéing them. Meanwhile, our eggplants are in the water. Let's squeeze them and take them out of the water. Let's squeeze the water out with our hands. Okay, now I'm transferring my eggplants to the pan. I'm sautéing them all together nicely. Let's add some salt. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of green pepper flakes and 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. And then I'll sprinkle in the paprika, 1.5 teaspoons of paprika and black pepper. I'm sprinkling it on. You can add any spices you like, according to your taste, of course. You can add them. And let's mix them well with the spices. We have 1 tablespoon of tomato paste here. I forgot to add the tomato paste while sautéing the onions, friends. Make sure to add the tomato paste while sautéing the onions. Now I'm going to incorporate it nicely. At the bottom. And I'll sauté it well in this manner. I'm adding about half a cup of water. You can add more water if needed. But don't add too much water. We don't want our pastry to be watery. Let's cook the eggplant on low heat. Cover it and let it cook. Let's check on it. Look, our eggplant is cooked beautifully. Let's set this aside and let it cool. While the eggplant cools, we can prepare our dough. I'll mix it. I've cracked 3 eggs into a bowl, and I'm adding 3 tablespoons of yogurt. I'm mixing this well. I'm adding half a cup of vegetable oil. See, less than half is left. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt. And now, after adding some of the flour, I'm also adding a packet of baking powder. We're adding the baking powder. We have half a cup of water. I'm adding the flour and mixing it well. See, our dough should be like this. A sticky dough. I've used a total of 2.5 cups of flour. If your dough seems a bit stiff, you can add more water. It won't hurt at all. I'm adding some of my dough to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Let's spread it nicely all over. If it seems like not enough, you can add a little more. Let's cover the entire surface with dough like this. Now, we're adding the eggplant mixture on top of our dough. Let's spread it evenly across the entire surface. It's an easy, practical, and very delicious pastry. I truly recommend you try it. It's wonderful with eggplant. Now, let's add the remaining dough on top, covering it evenly. We're adding it to cover. I'm covering the top with a spoon. See, I've covered the entire thing with dough. Now it's ready for the oven. You can sprinkle sesame seeds on top if you like. I'm sprinkling the sesame seeds, and I'm putting it in the oven. The oven is preheating right now. We're putting it in at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. My pastry is baked. As you can see, friends, it looks amazing. It's truly a pastry that needs to be tried, as I said. I'm taking it out of the baking sheet, and I want to cut it into slices. I'll show you the texture as well. It turned out so delicious. If you've come across this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'd be very happy if you leave a comment. I'll show it again while it's still warm, and then I'll end the video here. Goodbye. Stay tuned. May God keep you. See you in new videos, God willing.